Hey learners, hello and welcome back to Lesson Logics. In this lesson, we'll try to understand Pandas data frame, which is another data structure in Pandas apart from series. It is a two-dimensional arrangement of data in form of rows and columns. It is similar to SQL tables. Data frames is used to perform several operations that are useful for data analysis and understanding that data. Okay, now let's explore the properties of data frames. Data frame contains row index at axis 0, which is known as index, and column at axis 1, which is known as column name. And data frame contains heterogeneous data. Data and size in data frames is immutable. Now, data frame can be created using one of the following. First, using series, then list, dictionaries, and NumPy two-dimensional arrays. Now, the first step is first we'll import important libraries which we require. So, first of all, we will import pandas as alias name pd and we'll import numpy as np. Now, how to create an empty data frame? To create an empty data frame, we just have to type pd.dataframe and function symbol, and we'll have to assign it to a variable. So that variable will be containing a empty data frame with which empty columns and empty indexes. Now creating data frames from a series, first of all we have to create a series from a list, and from that series we will create a data frame using the command for creation of data frame. So it will create me a data frame df1 which will print what? Which will print a, B, C, D, E, F as the elements of 0th column name, and row index will be from 0 to 5. Okay. Now creating data frame from dictionary of series is like, first of all you have to create a dictionary where one key will be pointing towards the list and another key will also be pointing towards the list. Now df equals to same pd dot data frame with dictionary name and print df1. In the first column it will be carrying a, which is the key of first element in the dictionary, and all the elements in the column will be the elements of particular row. Similarly, b will be the second column with all elements in the rows. Now creating data frame from list of dictionaries. So from list of dictionaries we have to create a data frame. So we'll first of all create a list of dictionaries, that is list containing elements as dictionaries. So the first element in the list will be a dictionary having name Kavinder and age 25. Second element will be name and age. Similarly, third element will be name, age. After creating this list, we'll create a data frame using this list. So we'll have a dictionary with particularly two elements, and multiple dictionaries will be a part of a list, and that list will be used to create a data frame. So one key will be the one column and another key will be another column in the data frame. Okay. Now iteration on rows and columns. What is iteration on rows and columns? Iteration is required for accessing data frames row or column wise. When we have to access data frame either row wise or column wise, we have to use iterations. So pandas library provide two functions for performing iteration. First is iter rows, second is iter items. Iter rows will be used to access data row wise. So first of all we'll look at iter rows. So we'll print what is there in df2 for row index and row value. In df iter rows, particularly the index of row and the values in that row will get assigned to them from particular data frame. Now print row index and row value. The first command will be printing row index, that row index 0, the value at row is age is 25, name is Kavinder. Now iter items function, what it will perform? Iter item function will traverse or access elements in a particular data frame column wise. So first it will access column name and all the values in that particular column. So let's see what it will print. It will print for age at 0th index we do have 25, at first index we do have 18, at second index we do have 1 as the age, and the name of this column is age. Okay, and the second column is name, whose name is name, and the elements are Kavender, Ranu, and lesson logics. Okay, let's see. It will print it. Now, selection operation in a data frame. Why do we use selection operation? To access column data, we can use df and we'll pass to that data frame what we want to access. We do have data as dictionary. We'll create a data from that data frame from that dictionary. Now we'll print this dictionary, this data frame. After printing this data frame, I just want to check out that what are the roll numbers I am having in this data frame. So I will just pass this data frame dot roll number, or I can just pass like this data frame and square brackets with roll number. If I want to access multiple columns, so I can access iterable element, which is a list having roll number and name. So it will provide me roll number and the respective name for all particular rows. Now to add or rename a column in a data frame, what we can do, first of all we'll print this series which we have created earlier. From that series we'll try to create a data frame df4. Now in this data frame I just want to do thing that I just want to name the columns in that data frame as L1. So this will actually rename the column name from 0 to L1. Now I just want to add another column which have all values as a scalar value. So I will do this, just assign a single value to data frame with a new column name and print it. Now if I have to assign different values to all different points, so what I'll do, I will just use a list using which I will try to create another column for that data frame. So it will create L3. Now how to delete column from a data frame? To delete column I can use del pop function and drop. So first of all we'll see a data frame which we have created df. If I just want to remove roll number, what I'll do, del df3 and in square brackets I'll pass roll number. So now in df3 I will just have name and dob. This data frame will not be carrying roll number anymore after deleting roll number. Okay, if I'll pop anything from a particular data frame, so what it will do, it will just take out all this thing, and now in that data frame what is the remaining thing? The remaining thing is dob. Now if I'll print df4, so how I can drop particularly a column using a drop function? So I have to pass the column name and axis along which I have to delete that. So now the deletion is completed and I have to assign this to another data frame also. If I'll not assign this to another data frame, it will not do it implicitly, it will do it explicitly. Okay, now I'll print df5, so it will not be having L2. If I have to drop particular row from a data frame, so what I'll do, I'll pass the index of that row and pass axis is equals to 0 and save it to df6, data frame 6. So now this data frame won't be containing the row which have index equals to 3, it to have rows with index 0 to 5 except 3. Now how to access data frames using LOC, ILOC and the index. Using LOC I can actually access the data frame by starting row, ending row, starting column and ending column. Passing these parameters will help me in accessing the data frame. Now I'll actually print what I have in df4. Using this command df4.loc, first index row and all columns in that row. So the first index will be this. So for this index it will print B, L2 will print 7 and L3 will print 4. So let's see what I'll print. Okay, this is printing the same. Now for row indexing from 0 to 5 and all columns, row indexing from 0 to 5, so all indexes from 0 to 5 will come out of here as the output. Now if I'll pass all the rows and column L1 to L2, it will just have L1 to L2 column and all the rows. If I just want to access from 2 to 4, it will have 2 to 4 for L1 and L2. Now similar syntax iloc will have. iLocation do have similar syntax, but there is a difference. What is that difference? If I'll pass one column 3 in LOC, then it will return me 1, 2 and the third index as well. But iLOC won't be returning me this index. It will be returning me from this index to this -1 index. So it is returning me from 1 and 2 to only 1 and 2, not going to 3 and for all the columns. Okay, now df4.iloc all the rows and 0 to 2 column. So 0 and first column will be returning out, will be coming out, and second column will not be coming out of this. Now what is head function? For getting the knowledge of head function, I just want to traverse, or I just want to see what data frame I have in df4. In df4 I do have this data frame. What happens if I'll print df4.head? It will print the first 5 rows and all the columns for that particular data frame. First 5 rows, okay, for any data frame dot head. If I'll pass any integer in the data frame, it will be returning me only though that much number of rows. Now similarly, tail function will be returning me last 5 rows, and passing an element to the tail will be returning me to the that much number of rows from the end. Now Boolean indexing. In Boolean indexing, we are assigning Boolean values as the index to particular rows in the data frame. So let's see what is there in data. Now I just want to create a data frame using this data pd.dataframe. So to index I am passing Boolean values which are equal in number, so that I can assign each row as the separate Boolean with the separate Boolean value. Now print df.7 do have all rows labeled with Boolean value. Now I will actually access these rows using Boolean values as well. I can access using it Boolean indexing, true or false, and also I can also access it using integer. The next topic is concatenation of data frame. So concatenation of data frame, we'll be studying concatenation of data frame in the next class. Thank you for watching this lesson. If you like this video, please don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.